My name's Kyle Beal, and the project is entitled Nightwatch. I'm a third generation Calgarian, although I currently live in Edmonton right now. And I studied drawing at the Alberta College of Art and Design, now known as the Alberta University of the Arts. The concept for Nightwatch kind of came about from a previous project I'd done at the Esker Foundation, which is across the street from where Nightwatch will be located. And I was thinking about the sort of longer historical legacy of the neighborhood of Inglewood and encompassing some of Ramsey and Victoria Park, which are sort of the three original kind of neighborhoods of Calgary. And specifically with Inglewood and 9th Avenue, because it's sort of Calgary's oldest commercial drive, I was interested in its sort of ups and downs legacy or history, I guess. And so it's, had a lot of different kind of people calling it home and claiming it for itself. And you hate to just forget about the past because of what's going on in the present. So, for me, Nightwatch was a chance to think a little bit about that history and, again, working with neon, which would have been sort of a very common media in its sort of commercial heyday. Think about some of the past inhabitants and the nocturnal activity, I suppose, that has made and continues to make Inglewood and 9th Avenue specifically such a lively central place in Calgary. So within that kind of expanded drawing practice, I'm interested in using humor and sort of familiar, well-worn tropes maybe to think about our shared experience, our daily sort of endeavors to act natural, given the circumstances, whatever they may be, and how we, I guess, engage in seeing ourselves and seeing our world. National Neon is doing the fabrication, and what that entails is taking care of the fabrication and assembly and installation of this work. So they'll also make this backing board to match the facade of the building with these metal tiles, the same tiles. And they'll do it in such a way that it can be installed onto the facade of the building but look like it is part of that facade. And also because everything's digital now, I'll work with them a little bit to figure out some animation aspects within these neon works. So from my end, it's all digital and very unphysical until we go to the factory in hopefully a few weeks and see this thing and light it up. Within my practice, I'm interested in, I think, using humor and working with language and maybe familiar kind of tropes and maybe even imagery on occasion to think about our sort of shared experience and maybe some historical perspective. But then largely I'm interested in, I think, an idea of how we look at things and how we act out our sort of daily lives in various roles and different hats we wear. Through various channels they thought of me, because again I've been a long-standing art practitioner in Calgary and I'm from here with pretty long roots. So anyway, long story short, the commissioners of this project approached me with the idea of doing something, and within that project parameters they had suggested neon would be a desirable media to use, and that intrigued me just creatively, and then from that I proposed a few ideas to the various interested parties, and we landed on Nightwatch. Yeah, this piece actually is unlike anything I've ever done before because of it's so permanent and public facing, and also I think the scale is quite a bit larger than I would typically work on one piece. This work ends up being, I think, about 8 feet wide by maybe 12 feet high, with each element around 24 to 30 inches wide. So that's a pretty big eye. It's an eyeful.